Can I join, please? Might be a bit too late because obviously we are now starting and I don't know your gamer tag or anything. So we won't be able to get that done now. We have 18 in the lobby. Comment. Hi Dev. F1 cars, Jack. Yes, I just changed that. My bad, that's from the original setting. Right. Wait, come off that. Here we go. Change F1 cars. Everyone trying to get in as quick as they can. Can I join? I don't know what your gamer tag is. You'll need to add us through Facebook and then we'll go from there. Right, make sure we go spectate so we are ready. Obviously we'll just wait for people to get in the lobby. Alright, just checking my audio. If you are wanting to join, you will have to add us. Yeah, add us on Facebook. Because you do have to read all of the sort of the rules and regs to go along with it. Just so you understand. Or wait, I will. Let me ask. I'll see if we can. Rules. Yeah, it's a good. Wait, what's this? It's a good idea for host send out a spare invite for everyone and someone to send one to host. Say, just wait one sec. Oi. Yeah, just checking. Jacob does want you to join the chat before we can obviously get you into the race. So if you do that, you can come and race on the Saturday one, and then so on from there. But we have 20 people in the lobby. Obviously, one of them being me. So 19 drivers tonight. So just while we wait, just a couple more minutes before we just start, we have Bacon representing Cromer, OPGW. For Ellough, Willis for Cromer, Captain for Cromer, Skid. First one tonight for Ellough, Alfie Pritch. For Ellough, Female Fate Taxi for Ellough Park. Tin Mighty for Ellough, Baldy for Cromer, Charlie Boy for Cromer, Scampton Bingo for Ellough, I am guessing, Rocket for Cromer, Sweeney for Cromer, Mullen for Cromer, Evans for Cromer, and it is his birthday as well, so happy birthday to Evans. Chuggy for Cromer, Hobnob for Cromer, JHS representing Ellough, Mifflin for Ellough, and obviously I will be spectating. So it's now gone 7. Everyone should be in. Just check the settings are correct as well. One shot quality, damage full. Alright, we'll get everyone to ready up when they are ready. Here we go. Is it reverse grid for second race? No, it will be one shot and Karttrak for the win. Yeah, easy. I reckon. I don't know actually. We've got quite a few new drivers from Ellough in this one, so I think it will be difficult. JHS was very fast at the last one. OPGW was quite fast, but was a bit dangerous. And hopefully he will get out of the way if he is blue flagged in this one, rather than holding everyone up. And then there was a couple more that did stay and do like a third race last time, and they looked quite decent, so hopefully it should be quite a good race. And with Canada being quite a short track, the racing is normally quite close as well, so I guess we will see. But who is money on? I don't have a clue what is happening, but it's entertaining. Well, hopefully you enjoy it, Dev, and we'll see who wins. I guess the money has to sort of be on someone like Evans, who is quick, but he said he was struggling today, so we'll see. His struggling is still probably like half a second quicker than anyone else. But the drivers are just probably putting on their setups. I know they are wanting it to stay dry and not have any rain, so qualifying is looking dry, but hopefully it will stay dry for the race as well. So, qualifying is now underway. Let's have a look. Charlie Boy is the only driver to go mediums. And currently Evans out in the lead. Go Alfie. Alfie sort of sitting in 16th at the minute. And just moving up the order. Let's go on board right near the front. On board with Evans. Bacon is actually swapping at the front, very close here. But I know what we all want to see is track limits into the last chicane. Oh, as Evans has a big lock up and runs wide there, that is definitely going to cost him some time. But he has managed to make it back on the exit. But as I said, OPGW looking fast as well. So into the last chicane. Yeah, absolutely abusing track limits there, but everyone will be doing the same as well, so... Oh, but OPGW did get disqualified, so maybe he used too much of the curb on that one. But qualifying was very close. But it is a Cromer 1, 2, 3 again. So we have Evans on pole, just a tenth, just a tenth behind Bacon, Sweeney, JHS, Fake Taxi in 5th, Willis in 6th, Scampton Bingo 7th, Mullen 8th, Captain 9th, Chuggy 10th, Skid 11th, Hobnob 12th, Charlie Boy 13th, Mifflin 14th, Tin Mighty 15th, Alfie Pritch 16th, Rockets 17th, first one with us tonight as well, Baldy 18th, 7 seconds off the pace, so possibly bit of a mistake there, and OPGW getting disqualified, and he was running sort of first, second and third for most of that session, so he was within the top 3, but he's now got some work to do in this one. But there will be that last corner catching people out. If you don't take enough curb, you end up hitting the outside wall on the exit, but if you take too much, you will end up with penalties. It's looking a little bit overcast, so could be interesting. It should be dry to start, but whether that means we'll have some rain during this session. How do you get disqualified? It will probably be for cutting the corner. So I am guessing on this track there aren't many really you can do, and he was leading at sort of one point going into like the last hairpin. So yeah, I imagine it'll be the last chicane where I said Bryn sort of took all the curb. I'd imagine he straight lined that a little bit more than Bryn did. So yeah, would have got disqualified. So I guess he was going for pole, but it sort of backfired a little bit. So we are away and racing. Can we get a clean start? Looks quite good there so far. Just go back down the grid a bit. Oh, some corner cutting going on there. Oh, and we do have one driver already in the wall. With safety car on the first lap already. So which driver was that hit the wall? I saw a Renault go sideways. I'm not quite sure who that was. So, oh, who's that? That's just caused a crash under a safety car. Well, we did have a little chat about under a safety car leaving a bigger gap, but I'm guessing that got ignored. So some of these are suffered, but first lap, Evans is in the lead. Bacon is in second, Sweeney third, so top 3 have sort of stayed the same as they are deciding to pit. Fake Taxi stays out, and so does Scampton Bingo. So some different pit stop strategies already. So yeah, Evans has pitted. Wait, where's it? This one? Tyres. So yeah, they are going to the hards. So they are going to try and make it last to the end. I think track limits need adjusting. The only issue with track limits getting adjusted is I think too many people then get penalties and you get disqualified for honestly the silliest little thing. And in my opinion, you just have to... Everyone can use the track limits the same, so if you can get away with cutting the corner slightly, then I guess you can cut it, whereas if they're on, you end up actually getting disqualified in the end because you just get too many penalties. But it's something we can put in the chat and we can see what people think. It is something, yeah, something worth trying, but it is silly how strict they actually are. So we've got Baldy up into 9th, so he's already in the top 10 so far. Just turn now, right. So if we go back to the front, the safety car light is still on, so it won't be coming in this lap. So yeah, they have still got another lap. Oh, and Fake Taxi decides to pit on this lap, so bit of an interesting one, considering the field would have bunched up a bit more. If he was going to pit, he should have gone on the first lap like everyone else, because he is now going to come out dead last. So yeah, a bit interesting, but I guess we'll have to see what happens. But we've had, say, quite a few people move up some positions. got details. So position change. So we've had Alfie Pritch go up 12 into 4th and Hobnob up 10 into 2nd. So a lot of it has been because people have pitted. But OPGW brake tested Tin Mighty playing dirty. Well, hopefully they save the replay. OPGW is on his first warning already, and he has already missed a race because of it. And if he has done that and brake tested someone, then he will be kicked out of the league full stop, because this is his last warning. Because he did hold up Sweeney at Barcelona under blue flag for the last lap, and then tried to put him in a wall. But we have got a safety car in this lap, so we've got Willis down in 15th, so he's got some time to make up. Let's go back to the interval gap, and you can see only a couple of drivers not to pit so far. So Evans is the highest position driver who has pitted, and Sweeney has managed to jump Bacon in the pits as well. So but we are away racing, so moving a bit further down the field. Looks like we have got a clean start, so all good to see. But let's go on board with Evans here, the birthday boy, looking to make up a place into P2. Will he go to the inside here? Decides not to. So not quite close enough at the minute, but we have got some positions being made further down the field. Hobnob, what a name. It is actually a very good name. You can clip parts of your race. You can save replays, or you can set it so you press the options button or the share button and then press square, so you can set it to how long you want it to save back from. As we watch Captain send up the inside of Mullen, but runs deep and straight into the side of, is that Baldy there? That was, so not the best move there. Definitely outbraked himself, but Evans has got a good exit on Hobnob and runs up the inside. Will he make the move stick? He does, yes. So very good move there by Evans up into P2. Sweeney now on the back of Alfie Pritch. Bacon not too far behind. As we see Mullen trying to get up the inside of Captain here, but a bit of a slide exiting the corner, so doesn't quite get the exit speed he needs. Let's go back at the front. Can Evans get into the lead and start pulling the gap? So this track is quite hard to keep up and not make any mistakes with traction off, which obviously Evans is running. It's not quite close enough on this lap here. So Hobnob still in P3. Alfie Pritch having a good drive in P4. Sweeney only 4 tenths behind him in P5. Is Evans going to be close enough to send it? I'm not sure if he will be on this lap. Bit of a lock up there, running in quite hot. Can he get a better exit? Not quite. So Sweeney has now moved up into 4th in front of Alfie Pritch. Oh, Evans on the outside. Oh, there was a gap that opened, but Evans has lost his wing now, so not going to be ideal for him. He will end up pitting this lap, I'm sure, because he's not going to make that car last at decent speed. So we had what was it, Scampton Bingo running a little bit wide, so Evans got up the inside. Oh, we've got a safety car as Hobnob spins. Or is it just a full yellow? I think it's just a full yellow. But yeah, I imagine Evans will be pitting this lap. Not too sure what damage Scampton got, but he probably should pit because he hasn't actually pitted yet. Yeah, he does. He decides to pit behind Evans, so... and Hobnob pits. So this could actually be Sweeney's race to win now. I don't think Evans will actually catch him. And that moves Alfie Pritch up into second, as Bacon sends it up the inside and into second place. Alfie Pritch has just hit the back of him there, so just needs to brake a little bit earlier, not do any damage to his front wing and try and stay in the tow of Bacon, but having a very good drive here in P3. JHS making up some ground in P4. Charlie Boy running in P5, but again still not pitted yet, so Evans has rejoined the circuit in a 11th place on the medium tyre, so he will be on fresher tyres, but I don't think he's actually going to be close enough to get anywhere near Sweeney yet. Oh, as I think he might have just lost a bit of his front wing there as well behind Baldy. But you have activated DRS. And Evans is through. Battle's going on further back down the field as Fake Taxi goes up the inside of Rocket. Mullen trying to overtake Captain. But Captain looks to the inside, so he now can't move back across. So Mullen should be fine as Fake Taxi gets a good run and he goes up the inside of Mullen. Bit of contact there with Captain, which will make his exit speed suffer. But Mullen is now up the inside of Captain, so as long as he brakes late, he will make that move stick. And up into Peace. He doesn't. Captain sends it around the outside. And Fake Taxi is also going to get a better exit. So Mullen from sort of 6th down to 8th now has some work to do to try and catch up again. As we can see, Evans here trying to make up some more time. So Fake Taxi looking very fast, trying to get into 6th position, take that away from Captain. And he does, he sends it up the inside, bit of a late move, but the gap was there, good move. So Fake Taxi into 6th place. It's Willis is corner cutting. If he is, he will be getting penalties, and at the minute he hasn't got a penalty, so obviously corner cutting is on regular and all the drivers are going to use it to their advantage, I guess. Evans up into 9th now as Alfie Pritch is in the pit lane, but Willis is still in 15th. We'll stay on board with him into chicane. So just running over the curb, most drivers are doing the same thing, but up the inside and into T1, and he's made the move stick there. Very good move, and now he will try and set off to go and catch 11th place. So we just see Rocket there running a bit wide into the wall, and Evans up the inside, so up into 7th now already. A good drive back, but up at the front, JHS into 3rd and Charlie Boy in 4th, but the only driver on the track at the minute that hasn't pitted, so making the tyres last quite well, but will drop down some places once he has pitted, as JHS runs into the pits. So maybe got some damage or just wants a fresh set of tyres, not too sure. But Charlie Boy then up into 3rd, which will promote Fake Taxi into 4th. So yeah, Evans now in 5th position. On board with Mullen here, and still in a battle for 6th place. Battle a bit further down the field. We've got Tin Mighty now turning up the inside, bit of an aggressive swerve to get on the inside using the grass, but still has the run and goes up the inside, but does actually push Baldy into the wall a bit there, so not the cleanest of moves or driving. But Sweeney with a 3.7 second gap to Bacon, which will really help his championship points, try and close the gap down to Evans. but Evans already on the back of Fake Taxi. So I would imagine Evans will end up probably 3rd place in this race, because Charlie Boy, when he pits, will lose the place to Evans, as he does now go up the inside and makes the move stick. And as you can just see there, Fake Taxi also using all of that curb there. He looks to the inside as Evans does look to move out, but can't brake late enough, and Evans, I would imagine, has got that move done, and he's 8 seconds off of P3, but sort of 10 plus seconds off of P2. Let's have a look to the leader. So he's 15.5 seconds to try and make up if he wants to win this race in 6 laps. So as long as Sweeney stays consistent like he normally does, but last time I said that he actually bottled it, the race should be his. So battles on track, still got the battle going on for 6 and 7. There's a yellow flag into this corner, and he has overtaken, as we see Fake Taxi in the wall, retired. So not ideal for him, as Captain goes back up the inside, but Rocket will, or round the outside, but Rocket sends it up the inside, and 4-way battle scrap hit for P5. So Scampton Bingo has just gone through on Mullen, as we can see, sort of swerving all over the place, with loads of cars trying to overtake at once. But Rocket remains in P5, Captain P6, Scampton Bingo in 7th, and then Mullen in 8th. JHS just trying to catch up onto the back of that pack as we go back on board, and that's Mullen just up the inside and clipping the side of Bingo, which caused him to have a little spin. So not ideal for him, but we'll go on board with Bingo here, who tries to run around the outside of Captain. But yeah, we'll definitely say run out of track there. Move was never going to work. As we've got Mullen now, trying to reclaim 7th place from Bingo. And JHS now is right on the back of him, so he's coming through the field and is looking like he might be able to get involved in this battle. As that was Mullen very wide there, not looking, very deep, and he's actually hit Bingo and put him into the wall. So I would imagine a Strids inquiry might be called for that one. I reckon he's probably looking behind and didn't notice when to brake, but again should be paying attention, as we see Captain there lose a lot of places, and this is Mullen now into the pits. Also now a 5-second penalty for speeding. Evans now, 8 seconds away from Bacon. Rocket into 4th, JHS in 5th. Hobnob and Skid having a battle here for 8th position. We are on lap 13 of 18. A bit further down, Willis has made his way into the top 10. Chuggy having a good drive in 11th place. Alfie Pritch in a bit of a lonely 12th place on the circuit. 8 seconds to the driver in front and 8 seconds to the one behind, so yeah, a bit of a lonely drive. Bordy in 15th. As Chuggy receives a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. OPGW, after getting disqualified in qualifying, is sort of having a bit of a nightmare in this one, only in 17th place, and Mifflin is in 18th. So only one DNF so far though, and that is Fake Taxi. The gap is coming down between Evans and Bacon, but not sure if it's by enough. If we look at fastest lap, Willis actually holds the fastest lap, a 1:10.7, so a lot faster than most of the field. Evans has done a 1:10.9, but he is doing that with a damaged wing. If he done it in this stint, I'm not sure if he done it in the first or not. Bacon is actually a 10th faster than Sweeney, and then the rest of the field is very close. But OPGW's fastest lap time is a 1:21, so definitely not having the best drives for him at the minute. But JHS is now on the back of Charlie Boy. for 4th position. With DRS activated, OPGW should be getting out. Oh, he's in AI, so that will explain why he's so far behind. So he's not actually driving in this one, he's left AI to do it for him. Skid with a penalty. So we've got Willis now made his way past Hobnob as Hobnob sends it up the inside and gets a place back from Willis. So a good move there by Hobnob, and it's saying Mullen has just received. He's got the fastest lap, a 1:10.6, but he is on the soft tyre. As who's that? That is Chuggy trying to get past Willis, but not quite making it stick. We'll go back on board for the battle for 4th, and JHS, all he needs is a good exit out of here. DRS will activate, and will he get a good enough drive down the straight into the chicane? Not going to be close enough to get the move stuck into here on this lap, but if he can get a good exit through here, might get it into turn 1. He is close on this lap, but he's got no ERS left either, so that's going to struggle, but he does try and send on the brakes. And Charlie Boy gives him the room there, so good driving, but he keeps on the inside, but can't quite get the cutback. So battle on track. Yeah, we've got a 4-way battle for 7th, as we see Hobnob trying to send it on Captain. So Captain goes defensive and Hobnob to the outside. Willis runs a bit wide, so Chuggy tries to get up the inside. And he's actually trying to squeeze them a bit here, but Willis will just stay on the inside. That was a bit of a poor move there by Chuggy. I'm not really sure what he was doing, as we see Captain retaliate and then just try and put him into wall. So this is not what they want to be doing, and I will be having a word with these drivers at the end of this, because we don't want this going on. We want good racing. We don't really want this, so let's see what they do into turn 1. So Chuggy goes defensive. So we are on lap 17 of 18, and these drivers are definitely struggling with that front wing. And the drivers behind are now going to be catching them up, so with them battling like this and pushing on with no wing, not been ideal. Bit of a corner cut there. But so both drivers massively pushing on. So JHS and Charlie Boy having a good battle, as we see Willis go into 7th. And Captain drive around the outside of Chuggy down the straight. As they go into the chicane, both corner cutting, and Chuggy bouncing off the exit tyre wall. So as Bingo has a bit of a spin after clipping Captain. That now moves Alfie Pritch up into 11th, and last lap of this race. Not sure if Charlie Boy will be able to make a move, but Sweeney has won his first race, I believe. So, or did he win? No, he did win, didn't he? So, but good drive by Sweeney. Bacon in second. Evans with a recovery drive into P3. As we see Captain cutting the corner completely, and some of these penalties will be definitely taken in, as Alfie Pritch is now into 9th place. So if he can maintain this, he will be scoring points, but he has got a penalty, so I'm not sure how far that will drop him down, but he is in P10 currently. And as they go, so quite a few drivers with some penalties. So bearing that in mind, we'll read out the results. Well done, Sweeney. P1 for you. It was a bit of an interesting race further down the field. And basic bumper cars going on. But end result, Sweeney P1. Bacon P2. Good drive by him. He'll be happy with that. Evans recovery drive into P3. So he brought the gap down from 15.5 seconds to just under 10. JHS in 4th. Charlie Boy rounded out the top 5. Willis P6. Rocket P7. After starting 17th on the grid, so a good drive there. Hobnob 8th. Scampton Bingo 9th. Captain 10th. Alfie Pritch 11th after the penalties. Mullen 12th. Chuggy 13th. Skid 14th with the fastest lap. Tin Mighty, Baldy, Miffland, OPGW and Fake Taxi. So we will just have a little break. I'm just gonna quickly go in. Give me 5, Kenny. Yeah, we're gonna have like a quick little sort of 10-minute break, just to give people time to go and grab a drink or go to the toilet or do whatever they need to do. So, I am going to just change settings, and I will be putting corner cut to strict, because a lot of the drivers there were definitely starting to abuse it towards the end. Taking the curbs fine, but the last couple of laps, especially with damage, they were just cutting the corners. So, can you invite me back? So, wait, I think we've got everyone in there, haven't we? I believe so. Yeah, France was strict. Make sure you don't cut the corners on your quali lap, because that will make it worse for a lot of people. We have just lost a driver. Right, yeah, I will give you an invite back. What we got to do? Wait, let's just also make sure I'm that before any of this goes wrong. So many people are going to get pens. Yes, they are. That is for sure. But hopefully it will stop people abusing it. And we had quite a few drivers just cutting some corners. Sort of to try and keep up as well, so hopefully now you're gonna have to stay within the limits, and it might change the way this race goes, because a lot of drivers are definitely gonna get penalties. So yeah, we will see. So I think that's definitely been long enough, so everyone is in, so we'll get them all to ready up. Here we go, drivers are now readying up. So, question is, how many drivers are going to end up getting disqualified from qualifying in this one for cutting the corners? Or the lap invalidated? I think quite a few. So some of the drivers that take it a little bit steadier might actually benefit a little bit more. And France is quite a hard one because you run a lot of the curbs, and obviously if you have all four wheels over the white line, then it will invalidate your lap time. Oh, done. Seen your last race. If you're on about Alfie there, he did actually do really well. Obviously into the top 10 in the race. Oh, and Sweeney. Obviously with the penalty, he did just drop him out. So I don't know how many drivers have actually done much practice around here, but I do think this could definitely be quite an interesting one. It's very fast, but also quite easy to spin with the drivers that have traction off. So yeah, I think looking forward to this one. But I'm looking forward to seeing how many people make it in qualifying without an invalidated lap time. So still waiting for quite a few of the drivers to obviously put their setups on. Sweeney, Rocket, Hobnob and Captain. So Charlie Boy is the only driver that started on the mediums again, as we've had Captain retire from the session already. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Try and move back up towards the front. So it is currently Evans out in the lead. And obviously with the corner cutting on, he will have to make sure he stays within the limits. So being careful through here that he doesn't invalidate his lap time. Does he do this corner flat? Yeah, he's got that spot on there. Go Ellough. So on the PlayStation League, the Cromer drivers are sort of dominating it. On the Xbox One, there's one driver from Cromer who's winning it and sort of dominating the racing, but overall, championship wise, they are better on there. As Mullen has been disqualified from the session, so I'd imagine that is for sort of corner cutting. But Evans is your pole man. Sweeney second, Willis third, JHS fourth, Bacon fifth, Skid sixth, Bingo seventh, Fake Taxi eighth, Hobnob 9th, OPGW 10th, Chuggy 11th, Tin Mighty 12th, Mifflin 13th, Rocket 14th, Alfie Pritch 15th and Baldy in 16th. So half a second separates P1 and 2, and the top three all within a second. JHS not too far behind in 4th, and then the gap just sort of gets bigger the further down the field we go. But yeah, these three drivers all disqualified, so definitely suffered from having the corner cutting on strict. Well, Mullen and Sweeney were laughing about the first challenge if you do get disqualified, and it is raining. But Mullen will be starting at the back. Track limits on strict in the wet round France. This is definitely going to be interesting. I know Bacon didn't want it to be wet at all because he sort of doesn't like the wet. And last time though we had Evans and Sweeney were sort of like the two standout drivers in the wet. Bordy struggled a little bit last time, but hopefully this time he'll start on the right tyre, so he won't have an issue of driving a wet track on medium tyres. So we are away and racing for the second race of the night, and it looks like Evans gets a good start, keeping in the lead. Most of the drivers are through, and that is Willis there with damage, I believe. Always seems to be involved in the incidents at the start, so not ideal for him. I think we are getting through quite clean though the rest of the field. But further and back at the front, Evans with an 8/10 lead already over Sweeney. JHS is into third position. Bacon in fourth, defending from Hobnob, who has got the move done. Tin Mighty in seventh position. A couple of drivers already with warnings and penalties. And we've got Willis right behind OPGW. And OPGW with a big slide there. And Willis just managing to make it stick and get out of the way in time. Good move there. Skid and Fake Taxi having a battle up the front. But Evans is getting closed down a little bit here by Sweeney, is it? Not quite sure, but hopefully they can stay on each other and have a good race. As you can see, Sweeney fourth gear pull out of the last corner. We have Evans dad watching live, so needing him to hurry up though so we can get back to work. So Bryn, if you can go a bit faster and finish it, your dad can get back to work. But field's still quite bunched up. And hopefully not too many drivers have got damage. So yeah, really bunched up here, which is good to see. Definitely makes it harder for the drivers to actually see though, with all the rain. Into the chicane. Bacon has got a little bit of a gap to Tin Mighty. Willis trying to make up some more positions. Gets a better exit and is now just in front of Skid here, but he is on the inside. It gives the position to Willis, so very kind of him there because he sort of didn't need to, as we've had a spin at the front, and that's Bacon who does pull across the track. He did wait for a gap, but it almost took some drivers out, so he's now got some work to do. He's dropped to 16th position. So Evans still leads, and the gap is sort of maintaining about the same. I'd imagine lap time wise, yeah, Sweeney 1.5 tenths faster, so matching Evans' pace. So it'll be interesting to see if he can just get a little bit closer, as we've had a spin sector 3. Who is that? I think that was Alfie Pritch. Oh, and we've had Captain having a bit of a slow exit out of here. So Bacon's now up into 14th and moving down the field. We've got a battle for 5th position, a freeway battle. Willis is at the back of this one, as JHS gets a 3-second time penalty. Again, I'd imagine that would be for the corner cutting. But the driver's actually done really well, I think. Not too many of them with penalties already. We've had a spin in sector 3. I think that is Chuggy again, so Chuggy definitely struggling in these wet conditions. But Evans still just maintaining that gap, but it is not increased to more than a second yet, so Sweeney just keeping them honest, as we've had another spin sector 3, and that's Skid, so Skid has gone round, which has put obviously, well, Willis still in 7th, but Mullen is now in 8th, OPGW 9th, and Skid now trying to make some time up after that little incident. Evans now sets the fastest lap of the race, a 41.9. What bit of lagging going on back here. Yellow flag, sector 2. I think that was Chuggy again. As the DNFs. So I'm not sure if we're going to end up with a safety car, as Willis does receive a penalty. But on board of Evans here, is the car out of the circuit? It has now, yeah, it has gone, so just in time. But the gap just increased to 1.1, so Evans slowly pulling away, but just one little mistake will bring Sweeney back into it. JHS in a bit of a lonely 3rd position. Hobnob in 4th. Tim Mighty having a really good drive here in 5th. Fake Taxi in 6th. Willis in 7th. Not really being able to do anything to get past, so just got to sit behind and wait for the right moment. Mullen still in 8th, bit of a lonely drive again for him. And in the field, sort of starting to spread out a little bit. Bacon in 12th. We've had a yellow flag, sector 2. Who's that? I'm not quite sure who that was, so... Oh, safety car is out. So someone did manage to pit, so JHS has managed to pit under safety car just in time. Whereas Evans and Sweeney didn't manage to get into the pits in time, or see the safety car, so... whether they are just going to try and stay out, I'm not too sure, but JHS might have sort of had a decent call here. He will come out on fresh tyres. So I don't know if they just made contact X in the pits there. But I guess we will see. Who else pitted? Alfie Pritch has pitted because he's on fresh tyres as well, but he's actually trying to make some ground up, so he pitted on the last lap. But it was actually Mifflin that went out, so and second driver to DNF in this race. But for Sweeney, this has been ideal. It now brings the gap down closer to Evans. But we'll obviously bunch the rest of the field up, so hopefully when we get away and racing again, we won't have too much contact, and then we'll get away. Fake Taxi crashes into Tim Mighty when trying to slow down for safety car, and Tim Mighty got a penalty. Okay, so if they can save the replay and send it, we can take the penalty off. And it was said to all the drivers before. A message was sent by Jacob and I forwarded it into the chat. But they were all told, obviously, say make sure they keep a gap. Once the driver goes though, they obviously all can go, don't speed up and then brake. but the light is still flashing, which means the safety car will be doing another lap. So let's have a look at penalties. So Tim Mighty has got a 5-second, but if that is for under the safety car, might be able to obviously get that off for him. Willis a 6-second penalty, Mullen a 6-second, JHS a 3-second, and Captain's got a 3-second. But that is Fake Taxi in the pits now, so going for the fresh tyres. And if he did make the contact, then I'd imagine he had a damaged wing, so putting a new wing on there as well. So on board with Bordy, just trying to catch up the pack under the safety car. Let's see if he can do it. So yeah, lap 6 of 13. And the question is, can Bordy get on the back of the pack before the safety car pulls in? Same with Alfie Pritch. Obviously he can't overtake Bordy here under the yellow flag, but he wants to try and stay as close to him as he can. So Bordy only 29 seconds off the back of the pack, 30 seconds now, but should be able to make it up as the safety car is coming in this lap. So the gap is down to just under 14 seconds, but we will go back to the front because we will be getting ready to go racing again, because the safety car will be coming in very soon. Just said Hobnob is out of race 2, and then said stay behind 2 seconds later. Stayed behind. Was definitely quite lucky. So we have started again, and Evans has actually got a very good start, a 6-tenth gap already. Rest of the field is quite spread out as well. Captain is trying to make a move on Rocket. Can he hold it? Rocket trying to stay on the outside, and he does just about hold it, but Captain will stay on the outside, and it'll give him the inside for the next corner. And I think Captain has now got that move stuck into 11th. Now his next target will be Bacon, who is back into the top 10. Let's have a look. Has all the drivers... Not all the drivers have pitted, obviously. But back at the front, Evans has got a very good lead already, a 1.2 second lead, so sort of one of the biggest gaps he's had. So his first lap after safety car has been good. Probably managed to keep just a little bit more heat in his tyres and push it a bit harder. Sweeney, good driver, still in second, and will take some good points if he can remain in this position for both races. Hobnob in third. Tim Mighty in fourth, having a really good drive, with Willis now closing in, trying to obviously get into that P4, as we've had another spinner further down the field, as we see Alfie Pritch have a big slide out and a spin as well. So, oh, and we've got Skid upside down, so we've got another driver retire, and the safety car is back out. So after Evans getting a 2-second lead, the gap will be closed right back down, and all of his hard work he's just done, he'll need to do all over again. So will any of the drivers decide to pit, or are they just going to try and stay out? I guess we'll see. Depends how bad the tyres are. Obviously, while we got the safety car out, would just obviously like to thank Karttrak, Cromer, Ellough and Karttrak Apparel for being the sponsors of these streams, and for obviously the overall prize at the end for the top 3 in the Xbox and the PlayStation racing leagues. Obviously our goal is to get through all of the championship. I believe if we open up before, whether we carry on, I think the goal is to carry on though. But yeah, so obviously thank you to them 3 people. Obviously Jacob has been the main one behind this, getting it all set up, getting it running, and putting a lot of the hard work in behind the scenes. So yeah, thank you to Jacob as well. See, drivers will be catching the safety car up after turn 2. But it doesn't look like any drivers are pitting. Fake Taxi just trying to keep his tyres warm. Alfie Pritch still just trying to recover after his little spin. So let's have a look at fastest lap. So Evans with a 41.9, Sweeney 42.3, Hobnob 44.1, Tim Mighty 44.5, Willis 44.0, Mullen 44.5, JHSA 43.3, OPGW 47.7, Captain 46.2, Bacon a 46.2, Charlie Boy a 47.5, Rocket 49.4, Fake Taxi 44.8, Bingo 46.1, Baldy 53.1, and Alfie Pritch a 51.4. So back up now, all the drivers are obviously sort of all bunched up. Just hopefully they don't crash into the back of each other. I haven't seen if the safety car is in this lap. The lights are still flashing and I didn't see the race control message pop up, so we might be having another lap under safety car, which is a bit of a shame because obviously we want to get the racing underway. Oh, as Alfie Pritch has just received a penalty for contact with Baldy under safety car as well, I believe. And JHS has hit Mullen as well, so that's what it's saying. I'm not sure what's caused it, but if we can, let's see if we can find the championship points and run through what it's looking like, if we can find it. So championship points at the minute is Evans in the lead on 188, Sweeney is in second on 127. Willis is third, 102. Bacon is in fourth with 64. Captain fifth, 59. Then it's Mullen, 43. Then it's JHS with 41. Fate Taxi, 40. Chuggy, 37. Charlie Boy, 35. Mifflin, 26. Hobnob, 18. Then it goes Fuzzy Duck, Wreck, Diddy, and obviously some of the other drivers that haven't taken part. But in terms of the teams, Karttrak Cromer are on 662 points and Ellough Parker only on 132, so a good 530 points ahead. But over on the Xbox One, Ellough have a total of 489 and Cromer have 261, so only sort of 200 off there. So overall, Cromer are roughly sort of 300 points ahead if you add both of the scores together. So we are now coming round and the safety car lights are off, so we will be racing again as soon as the safety car is in. It's up to Evans to decide when to start going. Obviously once he starts going, he can't then brake and slow down. He needs to keep that power on, so he'll just be looking for the right time. He hasn't gone yet. He's probably going to back him up a little bit into here and then try and get a good exit, but Sweeney will be looking to try and keep next to him. Obviously can't overtake until they cross the line, but this time Sweeney is a lot closer to Evans. And will he look into turn one? I think he might. He does, but knows he can't quite get it stopped in time, so Evans keeps in the lead, but Sweeney this time a lot closer behind, so he might be able to send a move. He knows if he's going to beat Evans, he needs to send it while he's this close, and then defend from him. So if he's to make a move, it's going to be this lap, or I think Evans will just slowly start to build that gap up again. If I was Sweeney, then I think you'd have had to send it into turn number one, but then that's probably why I'm not racing, because I end up probably crashing with these a lot more than we should. But back down the field, as we do have another yellow, that is Bingo, I believe. But we have Hobnob in third. Tin Mighty, really good drive though here, still in fourth. Willis in the top 5. And we've got Mullen and JHS having a really good battle here by the looks of it for 6th and 7th position. So that corner there is quite a dangerous one, and very easy to spin just by loss of traction. But both looking very quick here. Willis is definitely closing in now on Tin Mighty. Trying to just take that wider line and keep it there, or cut it back to give himself a better exit out the last corner onto the straight. Obviously we'll be short shifting. By the looks of that, he is not running traction off. I believe he will probably have it on medium, so because he didn't actually have to short shift up through the gears really. But Evans already pulled over a second gap to Sweeney now, so looks like the race will be his as long as no mistakes are made. But coming back through the field, Fake Taxi is right on the back of Charlie Boy here, looks for the inside, but it's not going to get it stopped on this lap to get the move done. So, but Charlie Boy right on the back of Bacon, who's also on the back of OPGW. So this is the top 10 for some points. So Bacon at the minute in 10th position. So penalty wise though, quite a few drivers have got penalties. JHS has got 21 seconds, so he's going to end up finishing quite far down the order just because of those penalties. I know some of these might have been under safety car. I think it'd only be a couple though. go Alfie. So Alfie's in 15th at the minute, but he has also got 8 seconds worth of penalties. But if we go on board quickly, is having a good battle with Baldy here as he goes up the inside and gets the move done. So Alfie up into 14th. But on board here with Willis, looking to try and get that 4th spot, but just can't quite get close enough in the straight to be able to outbrake Tim Mighty. So he's going to have to try and gain some time through the corners and go quite late on the brakes. But they are on lap 13 of 13, so it's this lap or too late, as Fake Taxi has just overtaken Bacon. Oh, Bacon looks like he has. Oh no, he just lagged a little bit there. Not quite sure what's happening. So Willis not quite close enough this lap to get the move done. Oh, and who's that? That is OPGW going off the track. So Fake Taxi should be able to get the move done. But no, he keeps on the inside. He's going to turn though, and that will spin OPGW. Yes, it does. The drivers definitely know that, and that's why if you're on the inside, you got to make sure you are far enough ahead of them that under brakes, if they turn in, they hit the side of your car and not the front. But OPGW has just turned across the front of Bacon there and has caused him to spin, and that's just taken. Did that take Rocket out with him? Not quite. But the drivers say just abusing the fact you can turn across someone, and I know Bacon will not be happy with that move. So Evans wins race number 2 on his birthday and sets the fastest lap of the race. So happy birthday, Brent, and good driving. Sweeney in 2nd. Any more battles going on? That's Fake Taxi off the track. But Hobnob in 3rd with the podium. Tin Mighty in 4th. Mullen 5th. Captain 6th. Fake Taxi. Oh, after penalties it is changed a bit. So Mullen 5th, Captain 6th, Charlie Boy 7th, Fake Taxi 8th, Willis 9th, Rocket 10th, OPGW 11th, JHS 12th, Bacon 13th, Alfie Pritch 14th, Baldy hasn't quite finished yet, but is now about to cross the line in 15th, which leaves Bingo, who isn't actually playing I don't believe, in 16th. Sweeney. Pace was there, just couldn't close it. Didn't want a Zandvoort repeat on the restart. I thought you were going to send it, because obviously you knew that was probably your only chance to actually get in front of Bryn. But obviously P2's good. Good solid points for you. But good racing there, sort of in general. We just got to try and sort out some of the drivers and some of the incidents. But overall I don't think it's been too bad. Shame about having the safety cars out for quite a lot. Yep, I was thinking the exact same thing was going to happen. So yeah, everyone thought it. So there we have it, the results. So we've got here though, Tim Marty from 12th to 4th, Mullen 17th to 5th, Captain 19th to 6th, Charlie Boy 18th to 7th. So some good drives there. Obviously Evans with the fastest lap on the last lap. Sweeney breaking into the 40s as well, so not too far off of the pace of Evans, but just doesn't quite have enough. At the minute not many people seem to have enough to actually beat him, so I don't think we will be, I don't know if we are doing another one. Obviously that is the 2 races done for the night, but we'll just quickly see. I think last time it didn't go too well, with people actually sort of just starting to take each other out, so I feel like we might just stop on that note. Yeah. one race more. We'll see, because last time we done the extra race, it was just sort of people crashing into each other, so it sort of wasn't that good to watch, really. We'll see how many we can get. So we'll just see. We've still got 13 drivers in the lobby. Me. Quite a few of them have stayed, so I think we might be trying to get a third race then. So if you would like to stay around to watch that, then feel free. We obviously do need to pick a track. If that is the case, most of these are staying in. Alfie Pritch definitely wants Bahrain, but I want to see. It's quite good to do some different tracks that we haven't done before. Someone wants to see Monza. I've only had 2 people come back saying they want to do another race. I think people want Monza, but we did do Monza on one of the first ones that we actually done. So I think we might then be trying. It's just, I think this is the one that they wanted to do. Wait, track select. We have got Spa. So any of the drivers that are wanting to are going to stay on. So yeah, we will be doing a third race for a bit of fun, and we still got. See, I'm spectating, so I think that then means there's 11 drivers still. So once all the drive, they are now starting to ready up, so we will be going again. But yeah, we are going to be doing Spa, which we haven't done so far. So the third race, just for a bit of fun, it is also dry for them. Who's going to win this one? So Sweeney should have the pace. But we will see. Got quite a few driver incident reports coming in as well, which isn't always the best thing to see. So once we have done these races, I will have to look through them. So we have Bacon, Willis, Alfie Pritch, Baldy, Charlie Boy, Sweeney, Rocket, Evans, Mullen, Captain and Hobnob have all stayed for this. Or we believe they've stayed. Whether they just didn't back out of the lobby, not quite sure. But Sweeney and Evans were the only two they're not to actually ready up. Willis has left the session, so I'm guessing he doesn't want to take part. Charlie Boy's on the mediums. That seems to be the thing he likes. Sweeney is currently in first after turn number 1. Now let's put Evans in second so far. Bacon has retired, so whether that means he cut the corner or he spun at the top and put it in the wall, he's not quite sure. But corner cutting has been left to strict. Oh, Bacon has left the session, so he's not taken part. Mullen has also retired. Will he stay for the race? Oh, Captain has also retired. So I'm guessing these are drivers that have been done for corner cutting. Possibly crashed, I'm not too sure. But it's currently Evans by Sweeney, Hobnob in 3rd, Charlie Boy 4th, Baldy in 5th, Rocket 6th. Willis has joined back, but is obviously going to have to start in the pits. And Alfie Pritch is in 8th, whose lap's invalidated. So on board with Baldy. Steering wheel definitely turns quite a lot. Just maybe need to try and smooth that out a little bit. But Sweeney is down to 7th here. Oh, so he's either waited or he's spun. Probably wanting to do the last to first challenge, I would imagine. Quite a few drivers been disqualified from the session. So Willis, who's in the pits, has actually qualified P5. So Evans is on pole, a 141.8. Hobnob second, 43.7. Charlie Boy third, 44.9. Rocket fourth, a 2:06. And then most of the other drivers disqualified or no time. So the ones with no time, I'm guessing, crashed, and obviously the ones disqualified are done for corner cutting. So it has stayed dry for the race here at Spa, and the drivers are now just finishing their setups. and we will be away and racing. Will Evans win round here, or will he go to the back of the grid and join the rest to try and come back through? It's always a possibility. A lot of the time they will go to the back and try and come back through to the front, but we are lights out and away we go. So Evans has got a good start and has kept P1, but there's someone trying to go down the inside, but I think we've got through the first corner cleanly, so it's always good to see. But back on board at the front, so Evans in P1, Hobnob is in P2. He's got a run on Evans. Will he send it? I think he will. Doesn't, can't quite outbrake Evans. So now it's just going to be a game of trying to stick with him as long as you can. Rocket's into P3. Charlie Boy in 4th. Mullen 5th. Sweeney 6th with a big slide and running wide as Baldy is pushing them all the way through there. And it has also taken Alfie Pritch with him, so I see Bacon has left and Willis is... so Willis didn't actually come back, it was just his car in the pits, I see. So that did take Sweeney out of the race though, which wasn't ideal for him. But if we go back towards the front, Mullen's in 5th trying to make up some ground. Evans already got a 2-second lead over Hobnob. Rocket trying to now catch Hobnob up, and we've got a yellow flag. But it's got a good run using all of his ERS to try and get past Hobnob. Will he send up the inside? He looks to the inside, he brakes but can't quite get it on this lap. How's that? Alright, so that will definitely be Mullen now not allowed to take part in any of these third races, because that's all he seems to ever do. Not quite sure why, but it just sort of ruins it for everyone else. So Evans out in the lead, 2 seconds over Hobnob. We've got a safety car as well, so safety car is now out. And this is why I don't like doing these third races, because it sort of doesn't normally stay as a race. They end up taking each other out, so Mullen has now left the session as well. Crashed out as I'm going on PV. Okay, so yeah, obviously Evans has also gone. So drivers will be coming around to catch up the safety car. See, Rocket is in the pits, who will be fixing his damage. But if he can get the tyre change now and catch the rest of the field up, then it might be alright. So yeah, you didn't, Bryn. You done the right thing. So we have lost quite a bit of the field. Baldy having a little bit of a grass track there. Sweeney will be looking to make up some time. to try and get on the back of the pack and then see if he can win it. So he is on the hards, and sort of every driver in front of him hasn't pitted yet, so as soon as the safety car sort of comes in, he will be in the best position to actually take the win. So if he can now get on the back of the pack, it should be Sweeney's for the taking. So field should all now be bunching up. Obviously Willis isn't here, so it's just Alfie Pritch that needs to try and catch up the pack. He's 21 seconds off. I think that's off of Willis's car, so he's got a fair gap to make up. But I don't think the safety car is in this lap, so we should have the next lap as well to get on the back of the pack. So hopefully safety car will be in this lap and we can get away and racing. That's the plan. As we see Sweeney having a bit of a drift there, keeping us nice and warm under the safety car. So Alfie Pritch has caught up the back of the pack, and Bordy is also there, so when we go racing again they should all be right on them. And let's see if Bordy and Alfie Pritch can make it past the ghost of Willis, the AI driver. So race control have said safety car in this lap, so it's now Hobnob's job to decide what he does with the field, whether he backs them right up and then goes, or whether he goes early while they're not expecting it. So it looks like he has decided to go, and he already got quite a decent gap over Charlie Boy, but they have actually caught up the safety car just a little bit too early, so maybe just need to leave a bit of a bigger gap. but they will all be exiting this last corner and trying to get the power down. So Sweeney overtakes the Ghost of Bacon as Rocket also goes up the inside. Captain is right on the back of Charlie Boy and will be looking to hopefully go past in the straight, getting the slipstream ERS if he will use it, and up the inside. As long as he brakes it just a little bit later, he'll have the move done. So that now puts Captain into P2 and Charlie Boy down to P3. Can Captain catch Hobnob? That is the question. Sweeney's into P4, so we'll be looking to make some ground up, but when the drivers, or the top 3 drivers, all pit, it will put Sweeney into lead anyway. So unless he pits with him, he might even pit with him and go soft to give himself a bit of a challenge. That's what I'd like to see him do, see if he can make some time up. Alfie Pritch is in 6th, so ahead of Bacon. Bordy's the next one to try and overtake Bacon's AI car. But Captain is closing in on Hobnob for P1. Bordy has gone past Bacon's car. So later on the brakes into the very last chicane, trying to get a good exit out. The gap is now less than 6/10 as Captain sets the fastest lap of the race, a 45.9, and Charlie Boy is now defending from Sweeney, but Sweeney has made the move stick. So Charlie Boy is now going to try and hang on the back of Sweeney, and hopefully it will pull him up towards P1 and 2 again. But he is looking to overtake, but he wants to sit behind Sweeney if they want to catch the ones up in front. But he tries to make the move stick, and Sweeney late on the brakes and around the outside. Good move there. And hopefully he's now got a gap big enough to go and catch Captain in P2. So Captain just run a little bit deep there on the brakes, losing that a bit of time to Hobnob. Sweeney gets a 3-second penalty, so that would be for running a little bit wide, I'd imagine, as he does, and he spins it. That was a very impressive save. Charlie Boy is looking to try and get past, but he can't. But that was a very impressive save there by Sweeney. I think even he'll be quite impressed with that one. So the gap he had made up, he's now just got to try and close up again, as Captain receives a 3-second time penalty as well. So trying to go later on the brakes into the last chicane, as Sweeney does decide to pit. So he has pitted, and I'd imagine he will go soft tyres just for the last couple of laps. And bearing in mind that the top 3 also need to pit, so not quite sure when that will be. I would imagine probably this lap. But we watch Captain up the inside of Hobnob and takes the lead, so good move there by Captain. And it's now Hobnob's chance to close him down and retain the lead. But Captain just ran a little bit deep there again on the brakes, but getting the car to release quite quickly, so he's already sort of pulled the pin and got a 6.5 gap. Where has Sweeney come out? So yeah, Sweeney has gone on the softs as well, which was expected. And Sweeney is 21.9 seconds off the leader at the minute, but obviously with them needing to pit. But as Captain has a bit of a wobble there, running wide, just let Hobnob catch him up. Will they be pitting this lap? or will one go for the like, is one going to try undercut the other one? We will see. If Captain decides to stay out, I would imagine Hobnob will pit, but I think they might both be pitting this lap. We'll see. Captain is pitting, yeah, and so is Hobnob. So is Charlie Boy going to follow him in? He does as well. So that leaves Rocket now, who already has pitted. That puts him into the lead. So Captain and Hobnob are going to have some work to do if they want to take the win off of Rocket. Being on lap 8 of 11, with lap times, they're only sort of 1.5-ish seconds faster than Rocket, so the gap is definitely going to be too big to catch them up. But Alfie Pritch is in second, and has he pitted? Wait, where is it? Here it is. And he has. So obviously, yeah, Alfie is now currently in second place in this race. So further down, Captain is got a bit of a gap over Hobnob in fourth, but Sweeney's now right on the back of Hobnob in fifth place on the soft tyre, so the faster tyre compound. So the gap to the leader was 9.6 as we watch Alfie Pritch go sideways there and into the wall, and we have a virtual safety car. So the gap shouldn't get any smaller. Very unfortunate for Alfie there. Having a really good drive as well in P2. So just waiting for the virtual safety car to end, but Rocket is now about to start lap 9 of 11. Penalty wise, top two both have a 3-second penalty, whereas Hobnob doesn't. So at the minute Hobnob is looking to be in the best position for second place, whereas Sweeney does actually have a 6-second penalty, so he needs to get past Hobnob and pull 6 seconds. Which is going to be very hard for him to do, as we are green and DRS is enabled. So Captain in second, 11.5 seconds off of the leader, but Sweeney right behind Hobnob. And if they don't battle and they use each other, they will catch up. As we have Baldy spinning, but Sweeney is now into P3. And now he's setting after trying to catch Captain up and take that P2 from him. As Captain runs wide there again on the brakes. Struggling to get the car to stop. But gap to leader from Captain is 10 seconds. So lap 9 of 11, and to make 10 seconds is definitely a lot. Probably a bit too much to ask. But Sweeney having a really good middle sector here, closing up the gap as he has a bit of a slide, but holds it very well, and he's now in the toe of Captain. Hasn't activated overtake or ERS yet. But he looks to the outside, switches to the inside and gets it stopped almost, but very late on the brakes there by Captain, and just causes Sweeney not to quite make it past, but he has pulled to the outside and he is actually letting Sweeney go, so maybe he's realised he's got a 6-second penalty and this is his chance to go and catch Rocket. But he's got to make literally 10 seconds up, so I don't think it's going to be possible. But Hobnob is now within 1 second of Captain, so he will have DRS. And they are going to be looking to overtake Sweeney as Captain moves out and he's up the inside, moves across, and Captain back into P2 and Sweeney now down to P3. So Oh, as he great move there by Sweeney, looking for the cutback up the inside, but Captain gets the better exit and late on the brakes and just covers the move back off. So Captain into P2 and Sweeney again into P3. Even though the battling, gap to leader is now 9 seconds, so it is coming down, but don't think it's going to be coming down by enough. A little bit deep into the chicane by Captain, just allowing Sweeney to close up some time, and Hobnob is just dropping off the pace a little bit, so not being able to keep up with Captain or Sweeney's pace. Charlie Boy in 5th position here. Baldy having a sort of good drive by himself further down the grid. So gap to leader is 7.5 seconds, with Sweeney looking up the inside of Captain, but Captain just letting the brakes off, running a little bit wider or deeper into the corner, and just blocking him from getting past. But Captain to the inside, and Sweeney trying to go around the outside, and he does hold it. So good move there by Sweeney, and that now puts Captain right in behind. Gap to lead is 6.5, so maybe they would have been able to catch if they weren't battling, but it was still a big ask. But Captain with DRS now over Sweeney. Sweeney looks to defend, pulls to the outside, so Captain is going to make the move stick, but he doesn't. Sweeney just lets the brakes off a little bit later and holds it around the outside, as Sweeney has a big slide and into the wall, and now Sweeney retiring from the session. So he has a good save earlier on in the race, but he couldn't quite save that one. So it is now Rocket in the lead, Captain in 2nd, and Hobnob in 3rd. But how it stands, Hobnob will take P2 from Captain, because Captain's got a 3-second time penalty, so Captain needs to try and have a good last sector and hope Hobnob makes a little mistake so we can pull that 3-second gap. But I don't think he'll quite manage that, and we have just got another comment on the stream. I'd imagine it's probably going to be Sweeney. We won't talk about that. Yeah, a bit too late. It was a good save though earlier on, and if you watch the stream I did get your save, the first one, but unfortunately didn't quite save that one. As we watch Hobnob here try and hold it around the outside of Captain, can't quite make it stick, but he's going to stay on the inside. Little bit of contact there, and as they exit the last corner and across the line, Rocket has taken P1. Captain finishes P2 on track, but P3 after penalties are applied. Charlie Boy crosses the line for 4th position, and then just Baldy to come out of the drivers that have managed to stay in this race. As we get another comment on the stream, sold a couple of dummies, wanted it to be interesting. No, it was very good. I did comment and say that you'd probably pit again and you'd go softs, and you did. But no, it was good racing. Obviously these drivers are also very quick, so especially the one on track now, look, Baldy, as he exits the last corner, maxing out every gear possible and across the line. So that is all for round 5 of the Ellough Park versus Karttrak Cromer Virtual Grand Prix on F1. Hope you all have enjoyed it. Please, if you can, help me out, smash that like button on this video, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notifications so you get a notification every time we go live. Baldy for esports, yeah, maybe that's something we should push. But yeah, other than that, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. Thank you again, and we will be back on Saturday with round number 6.